Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Turn the volume off on that computer. It's working. You're hearing audio. That's a good thing. I need to play the theme tune twice or something. It's just so I've got a bit more time. I don't know. It's Monday. And it's a Meet the Freaks, kind of, because we are meeting some freaks. But I wanted to do kind of like a little debrief, sort of showcase special. You know, it's been a long time since live music's been allowed. And obviously for the past 4 or 5 weeks, whatever it is now, the beautiful people over at Bumbles have opened their venue again to live music. And we've been lucky enough to be really involved with that. And able to put some great music down there, and we've had a lot of fun, myself playing, and obviously coming along and seeing you guys play where we can. And it's been a total honour, if I'm honest, to be able to help Fips out, get live music back up and running in the pub. I've been playing down that pub 14 years, I do believe, I think it is, we worked out. And, you know, it's an important part of what we do. It's the home of the jam night, and obviously Fips isn't just a landlady of a pub. She's our friend and has been for a long time. We've watched her kids grow up. It's kind of weird when you think about it like that. So big shout out to Fips. Big shout out to Shannon and Morgan and Keith, Danica, Frank, Darren, Abby, and all the other guys who work down there. Liam, I can't forget Liam. Thank you so much, guys, for working so bloody hard through all of this horrible lockdown into the past few weeks and letting us back in the pub. And it's not quite what we're hoping for. We want the full bands, but we are happy to have something, and we're happy to have a home back again to do some music. And yeah, it's been emotional, guys. If I'm honest, it really, really has. It's been a long road, all this Radio FreakJam business, and you know, we're pleased to keep it going. But it's also pleased to see that there's some light at the end of the tunnel. All of this, and we can get back to doing what we enjoy most, which is being out there on a stage. So the idea of the weekend was that we wanted to give you guys a bit of an opportunity to come down and play some music at Bumbles, kind of give it a jam night feel, but without being a jam night, obviously, because we can't share instruments and microphones and all that sort of business. So we chose 4 artists, 4 people who have been, you know, really present on the show, and I'd use the word popular loosely, maybe. So, you know, we selected 4 of the guys who have been heavily involved in what we've done, and we thought we'd like to get them down first. And we had a good night. It was a bloody good night. So, first of all, big shout out to Wispy and Aslan for helping with the PA and getting that sorted out. Thank you very much, because obviously gigs don't run without the tech side of things. So that was really nice of those guys to sort of stump up and do that, and obviously for playing as well. And thanks obviously to Phil and Sean and Jenny and Tomo for coming down and playing. You know, you all played really, really well, and it was absolutely awesome night. And also thanks to everyone who came down, and the show I love with the FreakJam merch and bits and pieces like that. It was lovely to see you all there. And I did have a bit of a moment actually when I was sat there at one point in time, and I sort of just looked around, and everyone was sitting there chatting and singing along and enjoying themselves, and it was just like, yeah, this is what we've been working for over a year. So cheers to everyone. Thank you very much for coming. I couldn't cheers you on Saturday because I was driving, but I can now because I'm not. So cheers everyone. Thank you for coming. It's been it's been emotional, if I'm honest. It's been a lot of work and a lot of blood, sweat and tears over the past year and a bit to keep this going, and to get back down the pub doing what we love is awesome. So tonight we're going to talk about the showcase, and what I want to do is I want to get the people who have played with us, and just see how they feel, and see their feelings after all this. You know, were they happy with what they'd done? Were they going to do something better? What they got planned for next time, if we can do it next time? You know, things like that. We just have a chat with them. I know the excitement's been running high, and was running high up until the weekend, and it was lovely to see. So what I'm going to do is I know Sean's out in the chat room. I'm going to ask Sean to get himself ready, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play. Excuse me, more whiskey. That's obviously the issue. Cheers again. So I want to get Sean on, but Wispy set up an audio recorder, and the sound clipped on that, so we didn't get any audio. I set up my web camera, my proper camera, got some lovely video, no sound. The technical side of this is awesome. Wispy also set up his video camera, got good video, and got good sound. So Wispy jumped to save the day again, as he has a habit of doing. He's like a white knight on a steed sometimes. Or is it a wizard? Probably more like a wizard, to be honest. And he was able to supply me with some videos today, and he's got loads more to come, I do know that, so hopefully we'll get a few more of those to play. So he sent me one video of each of the artists. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a video from Sean now, and while Sean is playing, I want Sean to get ready and come and join me on the show, and we'll have a chat. So here it is to start with. This is Sean with his version of Take On Me, and I do love the audience participation, and this is absolutely brilliant.
Right, here we go. So we're going to end on Take On Me, but it's been awesome, guys. Really, really awesome. And, no freebirds! You know the rules. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I certainly did, so that's all that matters, isn't it? So here we go, we're going to do a bit of Take On Me, and you know the words to this one. Talking away, so I don't know what to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find me, shine away. I'll be coming for your love, okay, but take on me. Take on me, take me on. Oh, I'll be oh, I've got another heckler, haven't you? We need less to say. Dropping rains on coming away. Some things I've got to remember. Shine away. I'll be coming for your love, okay? Take on me. You know the rules, it's always on the last one. All the things you say, there is a life or is it just a play? My worries away. All the things I've got to remember, shine away. I'll be coming for your love, okay, but take on me. Take on me, take me on. Oh, I'll be gone. Anything you'll do. We go again, we go again. Yeah. We got time, right? Take on me. Take me on. Oh, I'll be gone. Anything you'll do. You guys have been phenomenal. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey, Sean's here. Well done, man.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm beaming still from that. Just watching it back, it was awesome.
I could hear a lot of Sarah Harris Bradley in the background.
Yeah, well, Harris seemed to be doing it from like song one. Like I wasn't even ready for that song. She was like, play it, and I was like, no, not yet, later. Yeah.
Mate, you look like you're having so much fun.
Yeah, I think a few other people said it to me. They said I was just beaming. You could just see it on my face. I was smiling from ear to ear. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed myself.
And mate, you played a really strong set. Really strong set.
Yeah, it was mostly a few songs that sort of we used to play back in the day and all that sort of thing when I was in a band. But
Back in the day when you were in a band.
yeah, when I was in a band. So,
But you know, we've discussed this a lot, especially with Jim and that recently. You know, knowing your crowd, playing bangers like that everyone is going to sort of sing along to. I mean, especially being the first act on as well. You know,
Yeah.
everyone was lucky to have you warming them up, man. You've done a grand job.
yeah, it was. I say that was the main thing that I took back from that performance was it was just the crowd were just lapping it up. Like they literally were just going mental with it, so it was lovely to see. And so at the end of the day, that's what we wanted from Saturday. We wanted everyone to have an awesome time and everyone to enjoy themselves, and I think they did.
I think they did. Jenny's in the house as well. Evening, Jen. How you doing? It's nice to see everyone in the chat as well. How you doing, guys? See Danika's in there and Darren's in there. Wonder if Darren's got a hangover. Bet he has. I bet he has. And I saw you, man. I mean, I've seen a few people post out now. Didn't take many photographs. Was just too busy sort of socialising and chatting and enjoying myself. And do you know what? In a world of social media, and this is probably totally contrary to what I should be saying, isn't it? Some sort of influencer, as you lot have dubbed me. But I thought that's really cool. Do you know what I mean? Rather than everything being captured on the screen, you're living in the moment, you're enjoying yourself, and that's cool, man. That's old school fashion.
Yeah, well, they say it now about gigs, don't they? That and now I'm going to sound old, but they say kids now they're always at like gigs now with their phones out and everything. And you're like, you're not really enjoying the gig, are you? If you're on your phone all the time, you're not in the moment, are you? You're capturing the moment for later rather than being in the moment there. So
this is it.
Things, isn't it?
But you know, I think, you know, as I said, it sounds a bit contrary to what I should be saying with what we do, but I think it's just brilliant that there weren't a lot of photographs taken. You know, obviously we captured video and bits. Well, I captured soundless video, which is awesome. It's just like going back to the silent video days. I might use it one day for a quiz. Guess what song we're playing?
That's a good quiz. That's a good quiz round. I like that one.
But obviously, you know, so we had all those bits and pieces. But, you know, luckily we were managed to capture some of it. But yeah, I think it's nice. I think it's good. So, you know, you've got another gig coming up, haven't you? You're supporting your mates at the jam night in your local.
Yeah, so it's just round the corner which means I can drink tomorrow. Yay.
Yeah. Is that tomorrow, is it?
Yeah, it's tomorrow. So what it is there's a duo, there's a cajon player and an acoustic guitar player. And they've got like a set list of about 150 songs or something. And
right.
Basically the crowd can just shout out numbers and they write them on a board and then they play them in that order. And I got talking to them in the summer and they said, well, just bring your guitar down, come and play a few songs with us. And yeah, and if you know any of the ones that we know, you can come in. And then tomorrow night, I believe what they're doing is I'm doing half an hour before them, and then the lead singer smokes, so he said in his smoking break, could I cover a couple of songs while he goes out to have a fag? And I was like, yeah, I'll do a couple more songs if you want. So yeah, it should be really good tomorrow night. But,
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. And you've had a bit of practice now. You've had a bit of a warm up.
yeah, well actually some of the songs that I played on Saturday are the same songs that they play, so it's quite good.
You know, obviously you got an opportunity to meet some people. I mean, obviously I know you and Wispy talk a lot.
Yeah.
But you got a chance to meet in the flesh, for example. I mean, how was that, man?
Yeah, it was also surreal, really, because there was quite a few people. Because there was like Wispy, there was Di, there was Dave Bryce, like all the Moose Men, well Pete and Richie. Yeah, there was. I've probably forgotten people, so I'm sorry if I have. But like Tomo, actually, yeah, Tomo I'd never met before, so that was awesome to see all them. So and Lefty John and everyone. Yes, it was really cool.
It was a good crowd. There was some really great to see everyone down there, and obviously a lot of people related to this. And your cousins were there.
Yes, the Harding rabble were there, enjoying themselves definitely.
Yeah, that's what it was all about. That's what we wanted people to do. So, yeah, it was lovely to see everyone. So, you got anything else coming up, gig-wise, or is it just these two for now?
Just these two for now, but I'm not sure what the Paninsky brothers are, if they want me to come back next week and do sort of, because they're doing every Tuesday anyway down the pub, whether they want me to come and join and do every Tuesday as well to cover their fag breaks and everything. Who knows what's going to happen, but yeah, that's sort of in the pipeline, but I've got other friends that have got groups, so I might ask them if they want like a support act before and stuff like that and see what goes on. But
Evening, Richie Carr Superstar. He's just stepped into the chat room. Sean was just saying how lovely it was nice to meet you, and you weren't even there to sort of say hi until now.
No.
It's rubbish now, eh?
I'm assuming he's enjoying his bear, so there we go.
So you'd be happy at some point in time. I mean, obviously, I don't know how long this is going for, and what the next move is with all this music.
No.
Obviously, Boris might be announcing that June the 21st isn't happening anytime soon, allegedly. So obviously, we don't know what we're doing. But you'd be happy to drive all that way from Bournemouth and come and see us again and play some music for us if we do something else like this soon.
Yeah, hell yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'd say
So-
the 1:30 getting home was a bit of a I'm tired.
How long did it take to get back?
It wasn't too bad because it was sort of, but the thing was I just kept staying and I was like, well, I should really go home and just get home early, and then I was like, oh, there's someone else I hasn't talked to. Let me go and talk to them.
So what time did you leave in the end?
It must have been about 11:15. Was it 11:15, 11:20?
Yeah, we shot off just after 10, I think, because obviously we had to get back for the kids. And the drink was still flowing, and the chat was still chatting, and everyone seemed to be in a really nice, happy place.
Yeah, there was still quite a few of us near the end, which was nice, which is always good. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about. And, sorry, but hi, Sarah, I've been trying to whistle, but all I do is cover the mirror with spit.
Context?
This must be a conversation they had Saturday night, because we were lucky enough and esteemed enough to have the Moose Men join us on our table. So they must have. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Sean. Do you?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to follow the chat on the side and talk to you. So I can't do it. It's going too quick. What's going on?
So what did you think of everyone else?
I think I put in my post on Facebook, like, if you kind of go through them all, so like Jenny and Tomo only practicing in the afternoon, like they were phenomenal regardless whether they practiced that afternoon or whether they'd been practicing for a week. They were absolutely phenomenal.
To throw a 6 or 7 song set together in an afternoon and then get up and play it not only takes talent, but it takes some guts as well. Do you know what I mean? And I thought they'd done superbly well.
Yeah, and Jenny's got a cracking voice. Like when this might sound rude, and I'm not trying to make it sound rude, but like when Jenny can concentrate just on the vocals and not concentrate on guitar and vocals, it was amazing to hear her voice really come over. So it was awesome to hear that.
I don't think that's being rude at all. I think both
Yeah.
Jenny and Tomo feel the same way, that they were able to concentrate on what they've mastered. And that for them was actually quite liberating and allowed them to do some stuff that maybe they wouldn't have been doing, So I think it's really, really cool. Sean, mate, thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to move on because I want to get the rest of the troop on and bits and pieces as well.
Good.
So, mate, I'm so glad you had fun.
Yeah, no, it was all right.
How long's the smile going to last?
I don't know. There's still moments, and I keep watching like the little clips that people have put on the FreakJam page and on their personal pages, and I still have a little smile to myself. And I think I put in my post that like on the drive home, I was absolutely beaming. I just kept sitting there going, "Oh, it was so lovely." Everything was just absolutely amazing.
Mate, I'm so glad you could join us, and thanks for travelling all that way. It really, really is appreciated to come and do what we do. And again, thanks for being part of what we've been doing for the past year or 10 or whatever it is now. It has been important, and I'm glad that we can include you in moving on from this into the real world again.
Yeah, let's do it.
Say goodbye, dude.
Bye, dude.
Close that window down, fella.
See you later.
See you later.
Right, here we go. So we're going to end on Take On Me, but it's been awful.
That one, we don't want that again. We're going to play the other one in a minute. That was Sean, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, you know, glad to see you still smiling, and that's what it's all about. Yeah, it just makes me chuffed. You know, knowing that he's been sat in his house on his own most of lockdown, on his own, with not much to interact with or talk to. It was really nice to see him out playing, and you know, yeah, it was just really, really good vibes from that and good feels. So next on our list was Jenny and Tomo, and I'm going to ask Jenny and Tomo on to come and join us in a minute. So first, we're going to play their track, and this was their version of Jolene.
Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare with plain lots of auburn hair with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. Who talks about you in his sleep, and there's nothing I can do to keep on crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you can easily take my man, but you don't know what it means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. You could ever try some men, but I can never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you, and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my hand. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Jolene, 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 begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Thank you very much.
And that was Jen and Tomo with Jolene, and this is Jen and Tomo now. Hello, guys.
Hey,
Oh, who's not wearing headphones, Jen?
me. I'm sorry, do I need to go find some? Oh,
Would you mind, please, hon? How you doing, Tomo? Tomo, I can't hear you now, mate. Getting no audio from you, sir. This is going well, this one. We'll get the technical problems sorted out, and then we'll get them back. It's all good. Try hanging up and checking your audio settings there, Tomo. It's the same as usual, so it should be working. Check your audio settings on the bottom right of the... I think is it bottom right of this one? It changes. We'll get these two sorted, and we'll get... Well, it's all good. So this is what it's all about. Come on, Tomo, you can work this out. He's looking blank. We'll hang up on Tomo and we'll go over to there. And hopefully he'll come back and we can hear him. No, I've lost everything with him now. Jen, you with me? Jen, are you with me?
Right. Please tell me these work.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me all right?
We can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Oh my God. Yeah, I can hear you. It
Awesome.
sounds really in my head. These are my son's gaming headphones, the only headphones I've got in the house.
Oh, they should be
Because
good
the cat
ones
has
then.
chewed all the rest of. Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
We've lost Tomo. Tomo's having issues. We
no.
couldn't hear him, and then he tried to come back, and we didn't get anything from him. So he's having issues. He did say his computer was playing. But how are you feeling, hun?
Yeah, really good. Really, I was tired. I was really tired the next day because obviously it was quite a late night. So Tomo came over to mine and I put him up for the night because he would have spent on a hotel otherwise, and I couldn't have him driving down 80-mile round trip and then paying out for a hotel. So I put him up for the night and we chatted till about 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30, something like that. It was late. I can't remember what time it was, but yeah, it was good. It was really good. So yeah, it was a great night. And obviously, you know, singing for you guys and singing live in front of everybody was just great. It was really good. I think we managed to squeeze in a couple of bollocks as well, didn't we?
I think you got at least one in, which was deserved. I mean, you know, you have to get at least one in, Jen.
Yeah.
But you seemed to be like everyone else, smiling from ear to ear most of the way through it.
Oh my God, yeah. Literally, that night, by the end of the night, my cheeks were killing me. And the next day, I was like, yeah, I can't smile. The next morning, yeah, I can't smile. Because my cheeks were hurting so much from smiling so much. It was just great. And obviously being on second was great as well because it meant I got good drinking time, but I wasn't too jennied by the time we were performing.
Sarah says
Although
your
that might help.
bollocks went down a treat. There you go, look.
Nice one. Yeah, it was great to see Sarah and Andy down there as well, and you know, and having them there while I perform as well. You know, I've performed with Andy and seen Andy perform many times, and Sarah as well. She's obviously epic, and I've seen her perform a number of times as well. So to have them both there and sort of cheering me on was great, obviously. So yeah, no, it was great being on the other side of it for a change, you know. I mean, it's been 15 months since I've done my last gig, obviously, which was with KGB back in February last year.
That's right.
So that was the last time. Yeah, that was the last time I performed. In fact, I think that wasn't the last time I performed live though. Last time I actually performed live, it was after the gig, and it was at the Tequila Chase gig, and they invited me up and I sung 2 songs.
Oh wow, cool.
In front of a packed Mr. Bumbles. That's that I'll be honest, that's a highlight of my music career so far. As well as obviously doing like the collabs with Tim, you know, Caesar and with Wispy as well, doing the collabs as well. They were great. But yeah, definitely a highlight of my singing live was singing at the Tequila Chase gig, because I've never sung in front of an audience like that, packed out, you know, and proper with it and proper singing along with you and really like into it. It was amazing.
Tomo, come and join us back if you can, man. He might be restarting his computer. Look, I think you two done amazingly well. I mean, you know, I know that Tomo doesn't consider himself the greatest singer, and I know you don't consider yourself the greatest guitarist. But as a team,
match made in heaven, isn't it?
As a team, yeah, you work really well together. And look, it's testament to your individual talents for you to be able to get together, have a chat over the internet, and then find an hour in the afternoon to run through a set list, and then get up and play it that night, Jen. That takes a bit of balls.
Thank you. It was great. It was great, and yeah, and Tomo, you know, kudos and massive thanks to Tomo for coming down and playing with me. And we've had a few chats. Obviously, we've had a lot of chats, you know, in the last 2 weeks. I don't know. I've known Tomo I don't know however long he's been doing the quiz nights and doing the jam nights with him. That's how long I've known Tomo, but I haven't known him. We haven't chatted much. But obviously, 2 weeks ago, Tom and I, we've been talking every day since, obviously, because about the gig and everything. And then, yeah, we finally figured out on, was it Thursday night, I think it was, we figured out that he would record, because he didn't realise he could record more than a minute. So on voice notes, because I recorded a song and sent it to him, and he was like, how did you get it to record? He'd only sent me a couple of snippets, so I told him. And then he recorded one song and sent it to me. So I played it on my iPad and recorded it on my phone and sung along to it and sent it back to him. I was like, damn it. Why didn't we figure this out 2 weeks ago, a week ago? Because we might have had a bit more practice. But no, it was great fun. And obviously, you know, practicing in the afternoon, I'm glad that we did that.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want to go on too cold.
Oh my God, yeah, that would have just been that. Mind you, it might have been fun, I suppose, coming on without rehearsing at all. It'd be a bit like a normal jam night online on a Thursday when I come on. It's like I haven't picked up the guitar up in a week, so let's just do this one and hope for the best.
Well, you didn't have to pick the guitar up.
No, I didn't, and I really enjoyed singing without the guitar. It was great. It was really good. I mean, I love singing with the guitar. Obviously, you know, it's a new skill that I've learned. It's thanks to the C word and lockdown, you know, and furlough. It's thanks to that I can do that.
Yeah.
So, you know, and but it's also thanks to people like Tomo that have given me the opportunity to do it without the hindrance, as Sean was saying, and what Sean was saying, I totally agree with that, and there was absolutely no offence or no rudeness taken from that at all, because that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah, and it's something you discussed before. We've had chats about it before, and you know, look, there is nothing wrong with being a master in what you do. You know, not everyone can sort of throw their skills into everything. We can't all be Josh or Adrian or people like that. Yeah. You know, people that we all love to hate, you know. And and I'm the same as you, Jen. You know, I can strum a few chords and I can do a few songs and sing them at the same time. But there's better people around me who can make it sound much better than I can. So I'll do what I do, let them do what they do best, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm totally with you on that. It makes a lot of sense. And again, it gives you more enjoyment because you can do what you're truly passionate about.
Yeah. Definitely, absolutely, definitely, 100%.
So
it was great. Thank you so much.
The people in the chat have dubbed you Genomo.
Like Geronimo, but Geronimo.
Like Geronimo. I think there's the band name, not Genomo. Geronimo. It kind of comes from that. That works, but with a J, not a G.
Geronimo. Yeah, that would work, wouldn't it? We need to find a drummer called Ron.
Yeah. And so, is there a future for Genomo or Geronimo or whatever it ends up being called?
Whatever it becomes. Well, I have expressed my interest to Tomo in a further musical relationship, yes. So I would like to. I'd love to get together with him. We've talked about jamming and stuff, and I said to him about if we could maybe set up Mr. Bumbles. We'll do it properly and rehearse properly and get a 2-hour set together.
I really don't see why that you shouldn't actually spend some time getting a full set together, Jen.
If he's interested in doing that, so I think he's thinking about that.
I think you've got a really solid basis to work with there. And I think, you know, obviously, you know, distance is obviously a thing for you guys. But, you know, again, with the internet and bits and pieces the way it is, you know, there's no reason why you can't. And, you know, getting together and doing some rehearsals.
Now we've figured out the voice notes as well, you know. If we do come up with a set list, there's nothing to stop him from recording what he's going to play. And then I do my practice based off of that. And then I go up to see him and rehearse, and then he comes down to me and we do the gig.
Yeah.
Could work.
Well...
So,
you know,
No, but I'm definitely up for it. And,
I think
you know, so
you should spend some time.
He cracks me up. He's hilarious. So, you know,
it's a shame he can't join us. I don't know where he's gone. He's not even in the chat room now. He's dropped off and left us altogether. But we'll get him on at another time and have a chat with him about it as well. But you know, Jen, I truly do think you've got a solid platform for doing something together. I think you proved that on Saturday night. It was kind of like your FreakJam episode 0. Do you know what I mean? Proof of concept that it works.
Yeah.
And I would highly encourage you guys to sort of get together a full set and
I'm
you know,
hoping he's
not
up
just
for
look
us
for
to
gigs,
put it
not
out
just
there.
look for gigs at Bumbles, but look for gigs.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe if he's up for that, then well, I mean, because Kate, the other band I was talking about joining, I'm now not, because it's just not viable for me, because there's 7 of us and they all sing.
Right.
So you know, I feel I would be very limited as to what I would be doing, because I can't play. You know, well, I can, but I'm not. You know, so whereas I feel they would all be pretty much contributing a lot more than me. So. They've got enough singers and what have you. So, and it's in Leatherhead, and they want to rehearse every week. It's like, it's just not financially viable for me either.
Yep.
With not doing any gigs at the moment, and KGB at the moment we're not getting together because Glenn wants to wait until all restrictions are lifted. So we're looking at June before we can even get together.
June
With KGB,
2022.
so I'm kind of at a loose. June, well, hopefully this year. But yeah, I miss KGB as well. You know, I can't wait to get back together with them. Bruce has obviously expressed an interest at getting out there as well. So if he's got an acoustic bass, then might get him to join me and Tomo maybe. If Tomo's up for that, or if not, I don't know. But yeah,
I think it's nice that you've got
options
options and possibilities. But I definitely would like to see you and Tomo. Not just looking for a gig at Bumbles, but looking for gigs. You know, now the world's opening up. You know, and you guys have got complementary talents, and you know, you work together.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I see duos and I love them, and I think I'd love to do that, but I've never met anyone I could do that with. That
Me and Paul used to do
You know.
duos, and sometimes we'd walk out the pub going, "How the hell did we just pull that off?" But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and it became more of a comedy act than it did music act sometimes. But you know, I mean,
Yeah.
whatever pays
See,
the
that's
bills.
the thing. You've got the banter as well, obviously, and you know, the more that me and Tomo get to say, he's a great guy. He's absolutely hilarious. He cracks me up. I can imagine if we did that, we'd be a bit of a comedy musical act.
It's a
as well.
totally different gig because you haven't got a band to hide behind.
Yeah.
So you've got to
I
fill
love
time
to do
sometimes, and you know, you've got to be a little bit more personal with people because you are, you know, you're right front of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a totally different gig. I do enjoy the sort of the sit down acoustic sort of trios and duos and stuff like that. It's a bit more personal.
Yeah, well, it's something I haven't done, so yeah, it'd be great to do something like that.
Well, you have now.
I have now. Hopefully more.
Jen, it was lovely to be able to involve you, and thank you for joining us. Not just Saturday, but
thank
tonight
you.
as well. And
Yeah.
again, since what we've been doing, I pressured you to join us to start with. You were, I don't know, my laptop won't work, and it was good. And I don't know, and I pressured you, and you joined us, and you've been with us ever since. So
I have, yeah.
you know, and we've got there, Jen.
Yes. I made it down to Mr. Bumbles. I've actually can say I've done a gig at Bumbles. I'm on top of that.
Jen, I'm going to move on because obviously I have the mighty Phil Reese and the mighty Wizland to get on as well.
Of course.
So it's really good that you join us. If you see Tomo around, ask him where the hell he got to.
I will.
I'll see you
Thank
soon,
you
hun.
for having me, and thank you so much for everything.
You're more than welcome, and it was great to see you down there. Behave yourself. See you later. All that business.
Lovely
Mwah.
days.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Jenny there. Oh, I don't know where Tomo went, but Tomo, hope you're all right. Hope the computer didn't explode or something like that. He did text me saying he was having issues getting it with the computer crashing, and then he got on, and then he disappeared, and I don't know what's happened to him. So shout out to Tomo. Hope you're doing all right out there, dude, and it's not all bad. Yeah. So, yeah, again, absolutely wonderful seeing Jenny and Tomo get together, and yeah, again, nice that they've met through this, and nice that they've been able to do this because of what we've put together. It makes me feel very proud, almost like a proud dad. Or so, Mr. Phil Reese, we're going to get him on next. So, Phil, if you can get yourself ready, please, sir. This is your about 1 minute stage call. And I'm going to play one of Phil's videos. So this was Phil from Saturday night with his own track, Each Other. Enjoy.
This one is all about looking after each other, and it's very cleverly called Each Other. You're lost, mommy. I forever. It seems the future's broken. No one has got a clue. At times like a sorry. Hold on to me and I'll cling on to you. Times like these, all we have is each other. Be gentle, be kind, hold on to one another. At times like these, all we have is each other. I wouldn't change that for the world. Together we are stronger. We've got each other's back. Disaster may affect us, but it won't stop us in our track. We can't fight the unknown. And we won't pretend that everything is fine. We want each other, and we will hold ourselves in line. Times like these, all we have is each other. Be gentle, be kind, hold on to one another. At times like these, all we have is each other. I wouldn't change that for the world. Stick with me and we'll have everything. Panic and worry can't change what's happening. As long as we have each other. Remember, hysteria comes and goes. The world is insanity, and no one knows what to believe. Run to each other, look out for the wrongs in need. Look after your friends, and they will look after you. If we take care of each other, there's nothing that we can't get through. Times like these, all we have is each other. Be gentle, be kind, hold on to one another. At times like these, all we have is each other. And I wouldn't change that for the world. Thank you very much, guys.
So, Phil, have you not got the link, dude? I'm having issues here, and I've got Tomo saying he can come back on. Sorry, Tomo. I'm going to send the link again, Phil. I don't think it's sent. Bear with me, mate. No, Messenger's playing me around. You got to love technology, ladies and gentlemen. How's that, Phil? Have you got that one? It's saying it's gone this time. That's wicked. Hey, there he is. Sorry about that, mate.
No worries, mate. Good evening.
Oh, hang about. You're doing... Oh, hang about. I'm breaking things now. That's better. There you go. Other ear. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Love your hoodie, mate.
No, they're nice. Yeah, I like yours.
They're good. They're good. Yeah, it looks good.
If I'd have known, I'd have rung you and we could have worked this out. How you doing, man? You're smiling as well.
Oh, I'm still beaming. It was amazing. It was just so much fun, and just watching the video back there, I wasn't conscious of quite how much I was smiling throughout that whole set because every photo I've been
You
sent is
all
me
were, and it was lovely to see. It really, really was.
yeah, every photo I've seen is me looking like an absolute animal. Like,
Oh, mate, that's always the way, though, isn't it? It's just, they get you in that mid sort of scream or shout, and you're like, that wasn't the best photograph you could have got. You know what I mean?
no, do you know it was the best photograph they could have got because it meant that I was in mid scream in playing in front of humans, and it was amazing.
And mate, it was a lovely turnout. It really, really was. And I know you brought quite a few people down with you. Did they have fun?
They had loads of fun, yeah. Some of them are now in the Jamily as a result. They've got strong armed and co-opted into joining FreakJam group on Facebook, and at least 2 of them will be coming down when the Jam reopens to perform, whether they like it or not.
Well, come get them to join the online one while we're still doing that as well. Oh,
Yep,
so I'm just unfolding myself. I'm breaking. I'm getting old. That's better.
I'm aching from the weekend. It's
Mate, how ungig fit are we all?
oh god, incredibly. But I've been playing sat down for the past 15 months, other than 4 songs at Bumbles 6 months ago, and then to play for 25 minutes and stick some welly into it. Yeah,
I did provide stools.
Yeah, but it's more fun stand up, isn't it?
Not at my age, mate. I prefer the sit-down ones these days.
But it was a super special night. I mean, okay, with everything that's been said before, but it was lovely seeing people who we had seen grow and develop via this medium actually playing in front of people, sometimes for the first time in a really long time, or like Genomo, their first ever gig after an hour.
Genomo, is that how it's? I couldn't
That's
pronounce it.
pronunciation. After an hour's worth of preparation, and like they were just like Sean hasn't played in front of humans other than in kind of very specific circumstances for a long time, and to be in front of a bunch of effective strangers to pull that performance out of the bag. And Wispy and Aslan, I mean, obviously you're going to get onto them in a minute, but their harmonies are just unbelievable. There's something so special about when those 2 guys sing together, and like obviously they're hilarious, and but just to brand them as that it does them such a disservice, because they are phenomenally talented men who, when they are together, something so special happens.
Oh, definitely. And they have got that chemistry between them. And Wispy's taking the piss out of me in the chat at the moment, so
Good lad.
Sit down, funk.
But I mean, also the bit afterwards. So the bit after the performance, where 9 o'clock came round, and we all got a chance to have a chat and sort of break off into one-on-ones that perhaps we haven't had before, and to kind of have a little debrief amongst ourselves. And it was just so much love in that tent.
Totally.
It was amazing and phenomenal. And thank you so much for having me as a part of it.
Mate, you're more than welcome. As I said, I wanted to get the people who have put a lot of time into this with us. And obviously, I felt quite bad for you because, you joined us at the Jam, was it 1 or 2 weeks, and then we closed it.
But I'm so grateful. I'm so glad I did, because I wouldn't be sat here now if I hadn't. And, it's a different thing, but we're going to get back to it.
I mean, when was the last time you played in front of a live audience besides the Jam night?
It was 6 months and 11 days ago on Saturday.
Sorry, no, before
Because
that.
Before that, it was 4 days before that. It was actually, no, it was 3 days before lockdown.
Right.
I went to a final open mic in Sandhurst, and there was, I think, 4 of us who turned up to play, and 9 of us in the pub in total. And we had the best time we could with it, and there was a blitz spirit to it. But the last time I played in front of a proper crowd before that would have been February.
Right. Yeah. So the drought wasn't quite as long for you as it had been for some people, but yeah, I mean, it was a drought all the same, and it was tough on all of us.
Absolutely. But do you know what? Getting back up on stage after the year of doing this and having Thursdays regularly, not missing them because of the fact I'm at home and it's easy for me to plug in a computer, and if I've got the boy, it doesn't matter because he's asleep. I was so much more comfortable on stage than I was a year ago. I mean, you saw me stepping away from the microphone, which is something that I've never done before. I'm always tied to it, like I'm tethered to it because I'm scared to miss something. I was just so much more comfortable and happy and confident being up there. So this has been amazing for us, and we've got real positives to take forward from it.
We have, and look, as I said, hopefully, we've laid some groundwork now, and that's been my plan of doing this, because I want to get back to doing the jams, the more free, open jams, and maybe we'll have to do an open mic to start with. Maybe it'll be a Thursday open mic live, and what we'll do is we'll take bookings like we do on the show, and we'll get it back down the pub and do it that way, just to keep it secure and safe and bits and pieces like that. I've got some plans, but all these plans have come off the back of what we did Saturday and seeing how well it went and how well we could manage it. And for the most part, everyone stayed in their seats and everyone behaved themselves for the most part, and it's
no
I get
one
it.
slipped over or anything.
It's different. Who slipped over?
I did, running back to my seat because I was like, "Oh, got a better."
And I think people. I missed that. I wish I hadn't. But it's so difficult, isn't it? We all want to just give each other hugs. We all just want to sit down and chat with each other, and it's it is hard. I get it, and I feel it as well. But obviously, we proved a point on Saturday that it can be managed pretty well, and we can behave ourselves.
And the Bumble's setup is fantastic because the way the tables are positioned, we can still have conversations table to table. The distance is still there, but it's not unworkable that you can have a chat with someone who's sat on another table.
Indeed.
And it was so lovely to see so many friendly faces from the Saturday night quizzes and from performing on a Thursday and from Meet the Freaks and people who I'd never met before and got to sit and have a bit of a chat with them, and it was just a wonderful night.
It was. Any highlights? Obviously, besides playing for you, any other highlights of the night?
There's three other highlights of the night. There was Sean. There was I forgot what I've called him now. Jenny and Tomo.
Genomo.
And there was Wizlan, of course. But no, actually, one of my real highlights, if I could just single one thing out, was Ugly Kid Joe by Wizlan. It was so much fun, and it just perfectly encapsulated what they were great at, and their little bouncing off of each other. And I just had a huge smile on my face for the whole night, but particularly watching that.
Wicked. Mate, talking about Wizlan, we've got to move on, because I know Wispy's got to slide in from work and slide out again without sort of getting caught too much. And obviously we're running a bit late, because that's what I like to do on a Monday night. But mate, it's been absolutely... Look, seriously... Thank you for being a part of what we've done. Thank you for being a part of helping us bring back music to the pub in a way that is a bit more jam night-ish. A little bit more. We're slowly edging forward. And, the whole year and a bit of what we've been doing, I said it's been a roller coaster. It really, really has. But thank you for being a part of that roller coaster, because, the highs, the lows, it's all been part of it.
Absolutely, and thank you for having me as part of that, because I wouldn't have changed it for the world.
That's in your song. Hey, I just see what you did there. Dude, we got to move on. Say your goodbyes.
Goodbye to everyone. I will see you all really soon.
Close that window down, fella. So as I said, we're going to get the Wizlan on now, Aslan and Wispy. So we're going to play their video, and this is Tribute.
Few of you may know this song. A long time ago, me and my evil twin Aslan here, we was hitchhiking down a long and lonesome road, when all of a sudden there shined a shiny demon in the middle of the road, and he said, "May the best star in the world find your soul." Well, me and Aslan, we shut our pants, but we each said, "Okay," and we played the first thing that came to our heads, and it just so happened to be the best song in the world. It was the best song in the world. Look into my eyes and it's easy to see. 1 and 1 make 2, 2 and 1 make 3. It was destiny. Once every 100,000 years or so, when the sun does shine and the moon does glow and the grass does grow. Well, needless to say, The beast was stunned,
With crack pointed whoopee style.
and the beast was dumb. He asked us,
Be you angels?
and we said, nay, we are but men. Rah! This is not the greatest song in the world. No. This is just a tribute. Couldn't remember the greatest song in the world. Yeah, no, this is a tribute to the greatest song in the world. Oh Lord, to the greatest song in the world. Oh Lord, oh yeah, what's the best? Was the greatest motherfucking song in the world? Oh, look at And the peculiar thing is this, my friends, the song we sang on that fateful night, it didn't actually sound anything like this song. This is just a tribute, and you gotta believe me, and I wish you was here, just a matter of opinion. Ah, fuck, good God, you gotta help me now, so surprised about you can't stop me now, I'm on fire, oh really, I'm down, I'm a rich motherfucker, who costs me down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Give it up for Diamond Horns.
So that was Whizland there, and this is Whizland here, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Evening,
Hello.
chaps. How are we doing?
Very good.
Not bad at all.
You two have got big smiles on your faces as well.
Always.
Yeah.
You're just high on life, aren't you, Aslan?
Yeah, totally. Totally.
Well, I'm just knackered.
that and the beer.
You're back on New York hours, isn't you, Wispy?
I am, yeah. I finished at about 5 o'clock this morning. So
Who do I need to
yeah,
thank
back
for you?
working at the moment.
Who do I need to thank for you having a couple of bits of time off
Brett,
now?
Brett this afternoon.
Brett, thank you very much
yeah.
for letting me have Wispy for 10, 15, an hour, however long this takes. Thank you very much, dude. It's
Yeah.
appreciated.
We're good, we're good. What a night.
You enjoy yourself.
Great, wasn't it?
Oh, it was fantastic. I mean, everything about the whole night. Not just the playing was, obviously the icing on the cake, but I mean, getting to watch everyone else play in person. I mean, the bar staff were lovely and everything, but most of all, the crowd. I mean, everyone that came out to hear us, and I mean, even people who came out to not hear us. I mean, Rob turned up before
Rob
started.
turning up before the whole thing, and then disappeared off for his own gig, and just to show his support for us. That
I think
was
he would have
amazing.
stayed, but obviously you have the kids, and obviously we can't have the kids there and bits and pieces like that. But yeah, I think he did want to stay originally.
I thought he had another gig or something that he.
Oh,
was
knowing
getting
Robbie,
to,
probably had
but
10
Yeah,
gigs.
probably. Yeah. He's on one now, isn't he?
He's twitching at the moment, but we're not watching. Sorry, Rob. He knows where our loyalties lie when there's the clash.
He's got cream
knows
for the
where
Twitch.
to
It's all right.
find
It's
us.
fine.
Yes. Yeah.
So, guys, how's it feel? I mean, your first gig together in a long time.
It has, and some of those songs we hadn't played together since the Jeff days. So it's been well over 5 years since we played some of those songs
Some of them
together.
was probably 10 years since we played them together.
Yeah, and some of them I certainly hadn't played even on my own since then. So to bring them back together, have a couple of rehearsals, and to have everything sort of just fall into place and go back to how it was before, with a bit, that yes, there was practice involved, but
Not
But
much.
yeah, it did come back together again, and it was great to have that feeling.
It really was. Actually, I think that aside from the crowd, my other favourite thing from the whole experience is getting to actually perform with this twat again live. It's been it was a real buzz, and it's been so long since we've been able to do that. And so bounce off each other on stage and try and stitch each other up and things. I think just
a lot of people
has been a joy.
Have mentioned that chemistry between you two, and it is a big part of your stage presence. I do feel is that you've got that thing working together, and it's not just entertaining watching you play music; it's entertaining watching you.
Yeah, we know he's going to make a twat out of himself. It's a given. It's just when does it happen?
To be fair, I wasn't the one that did the comedy fall on the stage.
No, how is dive backside?
And it wasn't Aslan either this time. Must be my turn next. But no, she's.
Well, you fell off your stool last time we did this.
Good point. Well made. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point he did, didn't he?
In which case, Dell's next.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Delwyn's actually
she's on
in the
a
chat
bar stool
saying,
back
"Oh,
there."
the bromance is strong."
Yeah. For all the
Yes.
abuse we give each other, we love each other really.
Yeah. It's
So
a
I know
love-hate
we've talked about-
relationship. He loves me. I hate him.
I know we've talked about that. There's probably not going to be a Jeff reunion. That's probably not going to happen.
That ship has sailed, unfortunately.
But now Wizlan is a thing.
There's yes, we will carry on playing songs. Where and when is just see how things go. But whether it'll be a regular thing, whether it'll be a big thing or not, we both have family commitments and obviously Wispy working US hours and things. Lives do get in the way, but we still can make stuff work.
You say that though. I mean, 2 years ago, if I'd have been doing this job, I started working for the New York office I'm with at the moment on Friday, and I was working all day and all night yesterday. 2 years ago, that would have meant I wouldn't have been able to do the gig. And with this strange new world we're in now, the flexibility just opens the possibilities to so much more. So
And Brett seems like a really understanding guy. If you need a couple of hours to do a couple of gigs here and there, I'm sure he's going to be fine with that.
Is he in the chat?
He's not, no.
Is
but
he
I did
watching?
ask him at half.
Excellent.
Half 4
So you can tell him that it's rendering, and we're away.
Render. Well, I have left some masters exporting whilst I come on to do this. So you ask someone when they're in the middle of it's 4:30 in the morning, and say, oh, can you just fix this thing? Oh, there's this other thing that can't. Can you sort this? Oh, thank you for saving our bacon. Great. Okay. Well, while we're at this point, how about tomorrow? Let me take some time out to do this. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Great.
Wicked.
So,
He's got to understand that you're a rock and roll star in other hours, Wispy. You know what I mean?
But no, thank you again for putting the whole show together on Saturday, because all of us absolutely loved it, and it was such a joy and a privilege to be able to do that. So
Look,
I've said it a lot. This is the last time I'll do it. Then we'll move on. Thank you.
And thank you, because you guys sorted the PA out for us, and I'd punted round for PAs, didn't get lucky, and you guys rode in on your stallions in your shining armour and supplied a PA. Thank you very much for that. Wispy, I know you sort of handheld and got people sorted out behind the scenes, so thank you for that as well. Look, these things don't happen just because I make them happen. They happen because we all chip in and because we all get involved. And it's a pleasure working with you guys on stuff like this. And Aslan, you sat there diligently working out the PA and bits and pieces like that on Saturday night. And look, I'm not going to say the sound was perfect, but when you're dealing with 5 different guitars, 5 different microphones, it's not an easy job. And we can live and learn. And unless we'd sat and sound checked everyone, unless we'd done all those bits and pieces, you're never going to get it like that. So I think what we achieved, again, all the different microphones and that's a hassle in its own right. We never had to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Jenny and you've got Phil. They're never gonna work to the same preset.
No,
on a mixer.
This is it, and all the different guitars and bits and pieces. It's a really tough job. And I think you've done an absolutely amazing job of it, Aslan. Do you know what I mean? It's to sort of come out and do that and manage 5 bands, 4 bands. Sorry, I can't count. And me shouting over a microphone. Seriously, man, thank you so much. It was really, really good.
Having you coming over and being able to point out what you could hear and what you recommended was an absolute godsend. Because where I was sat, I couldn't get out to come back and listen without walking across in front of the camera. So I was trapped in that little corner.
Yeah, I know you were. And it's a tough job.
And then from where I was sat, being able to hear how it sounded to everybody who wasn't directly in front of the speaker like I was, I was never going to know how it sounded back there.
You'll just have to buy a multi-core, and next time we'll run it out
I've
right
got
in front
one.
of the. You got?
I've got one. It was there with us.
Of course, he's got one.
It
was there.
If we do this again, maybe we'll rock that out, and we'll actually put the desk
Drag
in
a
front
table
of the stage.
into the middle of the car park and sit there. And no, this is my seat. This is the sound desk now. I'm sitting here.
I don't have to speak like that as well. Is that how sound engineers speak?
Only if you set the sound up wrong.
It's it's a lovely little PA you got there. Actually, you get. I say little. It's 2K in there, isn't it? So
it is indeed. Yeah.
It used to be half his front room. That's why you had to move.
There was no coffee tables. It was just speakers.
There was no coffee table.
Yes.
There was no dining table.
I think a lot of people are very quick to criticise sound and bits and pieces like that, and we've done so many gigs where you've got some random guy who used to roadie for Motorhead coming up and going, "Yeah, mate, the lead guitarist isn't loud enough," not actually realising that the lead guitarist isn't even going through the PA. And you get it's a tough job, man. It really is when you've got so many people up and down doing different things, and I think you've done an absolutely amazing job. So
we didn't need to use the DFA slider in the end, so that's all good.
I thought that was only rigged up for Phil anyway.
Well, yeah,
it was only there for Phil.
It was.
Oh, he walked into that. He was totally asking for that one. I couldn't not do that after he had made that comment.
Phil says, best DFA controller I've worked with. There you go. So I really do hope, guys, not just at Bumbles, but that you guys might consider going out and actually putting a bit more of a set together and going out and doing a bit more together. Because, it was amazing seeing you guys in the flesh doing your thing. No matter how much we get the sound right on this now, or we work at getting the right computers, the right audio systems, it always sounds better live. Every song sounds better live in person than it does broadcast through whatever it means, So I really do hope you guys are going to sort of get something together and do it.
Well, that's my arm twisted.
Well, there you go. We're sorted.
That was easy.
Done. Yeah, great.
Excellent. So tomorrow then
3
we
weeks.
speak?
Yeah.
Look, you guys have got, and again, I know Wispy's attitude is it's about entertainment. It's not necessarily about playing the songs you want. It's not necessarily about playing the songs you.
Dear God, I mean, there's songs that we've played as a band before that Aslan in particular has said, I never want to play that song ever again, and yet at least 2 of them were in the set on Saturday night that he suggested.
Yeah.
And it is totally know the audience, give them what they want. It's not about you and your ego. It's putting on the show and.
It is. It really is. I mean, again, at the level we're all at, and I include myself in this. We're just pub bands. That's what we do. There's no Wembley. There's no selling albums unless you're really lucky. There might be a few songs on Spotify, but we all know that is what it is. We're all pub bands, and we're all doing the same circuit, and we're all playing for the same people, and it is about entertaining. And go out and act a twat. That's what I do every Thursday. I get up on stage and act like a twat to entertain people in between the music. It's how it works.
There's a time and a place for being able to play the stuff that you love, and also knowing when that is and when to play the stuff that is going to, as we had close out the show. It wasn't a time to finish the set with Aneurysm, for example. I know, Smazlin, if you're watching, that's what you wanted instead of 500 miles. But no, it was, we knew that 500 miles would be the one that would have everybody singing along, having a laugh with, and it was the right song to close out on. And so that's what we set up for. Even though I hate the damn thing, but you know, it just had to be done. It was what needed to be played. It was what was going to be expected, and yeah, that's.
Well, look,
Yeah,
I think
it's a millstone around your neck. You're stuck with it now. You know, that's. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
if we ever did do a Jeff Leppard gig again, I know I've got to bring the bloody keyboards and everything to.
You see,
And the ironing board.
The way I found
the
around
ironing
it
board and three
Aslan
fucking
was back in the day when Paul and I were sat in his in his kitchen, and we might be slightly intoxicated on Jack Daniels and stuff, and we were trying to find a way of doing a sing along section in our acoustic duo, and the G medley was born. And that goes from 500 miles into Hi Ho Silver Lining, and we even get Star Trekking in there sometimes, and all sorts of stuff, you know. And it goes on for about 15 minutes, and you know, we birthed the monster in that moment, and it was my way of getting rid of all those songs I didn't want to do in one hit. Yeah.
Just little bite-sized, manageable chunks.
Yeah, but you know, we've done this. I mean, obviously, it's gone from being a duo thing to being a full band thing. We've done it with Frequency, and we've done it with From the Ashes, and it's become a big part of our set now. And you know, when you've got play something like Santa Pod, and you've got 5,000 people singing the songs that you'd rather be doing something different, but singing the lyrics back to you, you know, sort of shouting "Who the fuck is Alice?" At the top of their voices, you know you're hitting the right area. Do you know what I mean? And no matter if you like it or not, they love it.
Well, we even snuck in a bit of Hey Jude, which, you know, we never thought would segue into 500 miles, but apparently you can make it happen.
Yeah, Andy wasn't happy about that. I'm just saying.
That's why we did
Well,
it.
that's why we did it. It was when Del posted up that picture of us having that first rehearsal, and Andy said, made some comment about Hey Jude. It's like, right, we've got to sneak this in somehow, just for him.
Yep.
You see, GCD or GCA minor or GCF or all those fancy sort of chords that work with G, you know, you can pretty much sing every song ever written in that key. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then similarly with Every Rose, it was like, oh, actually, let's just stick in just a little snippet of Sound of Thunder. Because we knew that if we could just do a little bit of it, just enough of a nod, then we knew that would be appreciated. So
Yeah. And enough people would know it for it to work. If we were playing that, you know, a pub down the road here, for example, that would be weird to put it in there. But it's knowing the audience and putting the right songs and the right jokes in, essentially, for the right.
I was fumbling around with my camera trying to change the batteries over when you went into that, and I was like, "Oh, thank you."
I've got it all on camera. The whole set, the whole show, everything. So yeah, everyone that played, I will send you the files for your sets. So
Please,
yeah.
and please send them all over to me as well, because I'd love an opportunity to play a few more of them on the shows and bits and pieces, and show these people what we can do when we actually sit out in the fresh air with guitars and proper PAs, and not in our living rooms and with an audience. Look, guys, it's 10:15. Wispy's got to get back to work. Brett's absolutely cursing my name right now.
that's right. We'll blame it on
Messenger
Kevin.
software.
blame
it on Kevin.
Kevin's left.
Kevin's
Kevin's
stolen.
gone. He's not there anymore. You know.
Even more reason to blame it on Kevin.
But guys, thank you again. As I've said to everyone on tonight, thank you not just for Saturday, not just for coming on tonight, but for all the time and effort you've put into the past year to make Radio Freak Jam be what it is, and to be a part of what we're doing. You know, and it felt right getting you guys out on the first showcase to do a bit of this, because you've been absolutely fantastic, and I mean that from the bottom of everything.
Oh, thank you. We love you all
Yep.
too. Everyone.
lots of love.
Thank you
watching.
to everybody
It's
as well,
the
with
music,
you know hearing everybody singing back at us and getting involved in our stupid antics and laughing at us, and that's what we thrive on.
And not just
Particularly this twat.
well, yeah. But, I mean, having said that, I think my favourite standout moment of the whole night was Sean doing "Take on Me"
Oh,
and his
teasing
interaction,
the
playing with the
audience.
audience and then giving them what they wanted and going for it at the end. That just put such a smile on my face. That
Sean was the
that
best
won
warm-up
the
you
night
could have
for me.
asked for. He really, really was. I mean, his set was so strong, and he played an absolutely blinder. And as I said, his interaction, as you say, with the audience was fantastic.
And that was going to be the toughest slot to have taken to be that opening act, because
Just coming from Bournemouth,
need-
you have the distance to get there.
Well,
you know,
that too. But you know, getting the crowd to pay attention and say, "Hey, we're on now," and keep that attention going and get the energy levels up. He did an absolutely blinding job. The then followed through with Geronimo, and the look on Sniffer's face when they played his song, "Here We Go Rock and Roll," and there was just that look of sort of it wasn't quite pride, but that he appreciation, yeah, that they had covered his song. And done a great job of that.
Yeah.
And then Phil comes on, and basically, you know, we had everything set up for us. We could have been absolute crap, but you know, we just had to finish it off and see the night out. By that point,
Make sure
everybody
no
was
one
drunk.
sobered up,
Nobody noticed.
Our
So
favourite kind of audience is a drunk audience.
everybody was already there. We had the easiest job.
I don't know. I'm pouring another drink, but it just feels natural to with you two.
I'm got water bottle here. This is really not helping.
Sorry,
well.
dude. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. Cheers to Brett as well. Shout out to Brett. We're going to shout out lots to Brett because we like Brett for letting you come and play tonight. Guys, look, we do need to wrap up. Again, thank you so much for everything, and you know, not just to everyone who performed on Saturday, everyone who came down, all of the pub, all the staff, everyone. It's just been amazing to get back, and that's seriously a bit emotional for me. It's been one of those sort of times where, you know, this is what I've been pushing for a year and 60 shows. You know
what? It's bloody worked.
It has, and it's been a much longer road than I ever planned to tread. But we've done it, and we've done it together, all of us. This is why I'm going to try and put some more of these showcases on. We have got some cracking music coming up for you guys. We've got Stephen Roper on Saturday down at Bumbles. Get down and see him. He plays crowd pleaser after crowd pleaser, as you've probably seen on the show. Every song he plays is just absolute. You'll know it, you'll love it, you'll sing along, you know all the words. He's just one of those guys who's got a great choice of set list. So get down and see him. It's the first one indoors, and the rules are pretty much as they were Saturday. You sit at your table, group of 6, no moving around, still table service, and if you're outside, you can have 30 of you together. Amazing. I don't get it. So 5 tables can go and mix outside with a free abandon, but indoors, no, just 6 of you per table, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm not saying any of this is right, but these are the rules, and these are the rules that Phipps has to abide by. So please, if you're going down there, abide by the rules. Make sure we don't lose Phipps' license. That is the goal here, you know, to have live music without putting Phipps' license at risk. And to prove to her that we can do it safely. I will be popping down. I might not be staying all night, but I will be popping down. I just want to see how it's going to work indoors and bits and pieces like that. So if you're coming down, come and see us. And the week after that, we've got the lovely Rowena Paul, who's actually put together a trio for us, purely to come and play, because she couldn't get the guy she wanted. So it's called RPM, and it's going to be her and a few good friends, basically playing some music for us, and they've got a couple of weeks to rehearse, and also it's my birthday weekend, and Wispy, you and I need to chat. Just saying. conspiring against,
Pleasure.
well, not against me, with me. But
It's a pleasure.
we need to talk. But I'll talk to you about it later than that. But yeah, it's my birthday weekend. It's my birthday on the 28th, and Rowan is playing on the 29th. So the idea is that I'm going to go down there and try and have a drink somehow, and Wispy's trying to help out with that. But we'll see what happens, because childcare and such and things. To my drinks. So yeah, if you can come down and join us, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic night. If you haven't been listening to the show, you haven't heard Station House, and if you haven't heard Station House, you really are missing out, right, guys?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Rowan has been on the show. She's come and played for us. She's hosted with us. We've done a Meet the Freaks with Station House as well. Mr. Sam Kelly is going to hopefully be joining us as well. He's going to be sitting on the table with us. So that's going to be fun. And yeah, come down and see us. It's going to be excellent. So that's on the 29th. What else is going on? We've got the jam this Thursday. We've got the jam every Thursday. Now, Danica is in the chat room, and I'm really hoping that Danica is going to be the co-host this week. I have asked her. She was a bit, I don't know, but I think we need a bit of Danica in our lives on the show. We've had Darren, now we need some Danica. So, Danica, if you're listening, let me know if you can do Thursday or not. If not, we'll sort out another Thursday. It is going to happen. And I'll find someone for this Thursday. But we need a bit of Dee Dee to come on. She's just lovely. And in all fairness to Danica, she is really the person responsible for us starting these gigs up. She pushed for Templeton Peck to go and play the first one. And got Phipps on board and just kept a connection between us and the pub. So thanks to Danica, lots of love to you. Come
And
see
did a
us.
fantastic job looking after us on Saturday as well.
Oh, they all did, didn't they? Weren't they brilliant?
Yeah.
Yeah. they
So
were
patient,
fantastic.
and obviously, they're understaffed because obviously, doing this is a lot harder. So yeah, fair play to all the guys and all the staff. Got to love them, guys. What shall I play out with? But before I do, buy us a coffee if you can. Please buy us a coffee, and thanks to Dave Bryce who's bought us a coffee. If you can't buy us a coffee, but you want something with Radio Freak Jam plastered all over it, go to freakjam.b for Brandy, buy some merch. We've got loads of stuff over there, vest tops and loads of stuff. Just go and have a look. It's interesting stuff, even if you don't buy. It is, really. What am I going to play out on, guys? I've got nothing to play out on in my head.
Should have given you a fifth video, really, shouldn't I? Done a medley or something. I reckon pass the bottle, actually, because that's sort of a nice... Either that or Splendid Isolation.
Splendid Isolation.
Splendid Isolation.
Yes,
I like
that's
that idea.
Yeah.
Everyone coming together.
Everybody
and
in
making
it. Well,
something in
everybody
this,
who was
which is-
about at that time in there.
Yeah, lots of people who were about.
Let me find a video, actually. That's a good idea.
Kind of
Let me
in
find a video
harmony
of
with
it.
what tonight's been about. Really.
Talking about kind of Radio Freak Jam collaborations, I have been working on pianos and synths and stuff today for one, which is going to happen soon. So that's a shout out to Tim. We're going to get that together soon, Tim. I promise I will try and get it finished for you this week. It's been a mental time, and I am working on it. And I know I've sent you a mix today. Hope you're happy with that. And I will tweak it and we'll get it right. So that's looking good. Guys, everyone, thank you so much for being part of what we do. Thank you so much for sort of turning up to the gigs and supporting the pub. It really is important that we do support our venues through this time. As much as us musicians have had it bad and we've lost gigs and bits and pieces like that, we also got to remember the venues have too. And we need to work closely with them to get it back working for us and for them, not just for us. And I encourage everyone to do the same thing. Please, get involved with these venues. Go to local venues. Go and see bands. Go and support music, because it's not had the support for a long time. I know I'm preaching to the choir because you lot do, but if you are listening and you haven't been at one of our gigs yet, get your ass down Bumbles on a Saturday night. Come and spend your money on some beer, enjoy some quality entertainment, and show people that you love them. That's what we need. This is
124 pints each. That's the number, isn't it?
Something like that.
But make sure you book your table first.
Yes, if you can, book a table.
Book your table.
Again, for this Saturday with Stephen Roper and for Rowena. And loads of stuff going on. Tune into Radio Freak Jam. You might be surprised. You might actually enjoy it.
It's great.
See you later, guys. This is Splendid Isolation. Say goodbye, fellas.
Bye, fellas.
Bye, fellas.
See you later.
Hi everybody, it's my absolute pleasure to introduce this version of Splendid Isolation by Radio Freak Jam. Enjoy.
in my room, in splendid isolation, alone in the gloom, in splendid isolation. Sometimes I need to be